idea of the program is to provide this interdisciplinary training to help people who have experience or expertise in the natural sciences understand how to apply that in the world outside academia.
Academics tend to be fairly isolated, and I think it's a good opportunity for people to think about, what are other opportunities.
The impetus for this grant was that graduate students are not gaining the skills that they need to succeed in various careers outside of academia. So the Empower program was designed to address this.
It's a graduate program that brings together students that are working on projects at the interface of water and energy. So it is water quality, but it also is water quality and water processes that relate to the energy cycle and really specifically fossil fuels. So we have students out here from the Empower program, and they're collecting field data to investigate the geology of the Fayetteville Green Lake. Part of the reason we do a field course in the Empower program is that, one, you want to give students field experience and technical experience and show them this unique site, but it's also a way to build a sense of community and have the students have a common experience. So those are the kind of things that we try to build in the program too. Especially for the students in science and engineering, it's good for them to interface with people in other disciplines, especially when they're learning how to be effective communicators. And so this is a key part of the program, is getting them interacting with faculty in communications and business and policy to kind of learn how to interface with folks like that.
Science communication is the ability of scientists, engineers, and researchers to translate the very complex ideas behind their work and the results of their work to the general public. Well, with Empower, it's important for these young people to begin at a very early age in their careers in science to appreciate that they will have a need and there will be an expectation placed on them to be able to share in some sort of compelling and interesting and comprehensible way what it is that they are doing. So it's both about telling good stories about their own work and also getting people to appreciate how their work is done.
One of the reasons I feel really strongly about why this program is important is that in my career I've spent a lot of time working very closely with the US EPA. And the US EPA is a place where this tension between what can be done in the policy world and what the scientific evidence shows is really acute, right? The EPA is mandated to be driven by science, but it's constrained very tightly by what can actually be accomplished legally under the rules it has to obey and what can be done economically. And so there's a huge need for people who can sort of cross that divide.
I think it's been a terrific success. I think the students have got together, they work closely with one another. So there's a lot of interaction among these different departments that I think the students really like. And so they've got now a lot of new colleagues and friends, and I think they're learning from those interactions as well.
I always have wanted to work in an environmental setting. And in chemistry, especially with chemistry, it's all lab work. You're never out in the field. So it was cool to finally be part of a program where I'd be able to do chemistry, but also get me out in the field, get me discussing topics that I wouldn't normally discuss, doing things I wouldn't normally be doing.
So the Empower program is great because students see other options, right? They meet with people outside of academia, people in different careers like NGOs, from government, from industry, and they see that there are other options out there. And I think it's really helped, at least my students, realize what they really are passionate about and sort of shape their career path and their goals differently than they might have had they just focused on academia.